During today's excavation process, as we told you earlier, Joseph Bonner, the Heritage Funeral Home landlord, was placed in handcuffs and taken to Metro Jail.
Bonner is now charged with 2 counts of abuse of a corpse. Investigators say even though the bodies were in the graves, the condition they were in was not acceptable. In previous interviews concerning this alleged illegal cemetery, Bonner assured us no harm was done.
We haven't done anything wrong.
His problems don't end here. The Alabama Board of Funeral Service tells us in the last 3 years, it has received 6 consumer complaints involving Bonner. 5 years ago, Bonner had to pay the board $15,000 in fines for operating without a funeral establishment license.
Bonner is in good standing today, but the board says it is cooperating in the sheriff's office ongoing investigation. According to jail records, Bonner is being held with no bond per the district attorney's request.
Now, this investigation led us to many other questions. Does Alabama have a law requiring embalming?
The answer, no. While embalming is a common procedure to prepare the body for burial, it is not necessary nor required by Alabama state law. Embalming is only required in Alabama when a body is being transported across state lines. Burial
laws in Alabama also do not require a casket for burial or cremation. NBC 15 News has been following this exclusive investigation for months now.
Muriel Bailey joins us now, and as she explains, it all started with a complaint from a viewer. Muriel?
Kim, in February, we received calls from viewers with concerns about the cemetery, saying it was prone to flooding and an improper burial spot. So we started asking questions.
In February, we were there as neighbors complained about a scheduled burial at Heritage Memorial Gardens, causing Pritchard police to shut it down. Neighbors called it a sneaky move since Pritchard City Council had just issued a temporary moratorium, stopping activity at the cemetery. The city of Pritchard later filed multiple citations against Cedric McMillan, his New Birth Community Church, and Heritage Funeral Home for failure to obtain the proper permits.
No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace.
We then found multiple families concerned about their loved ones who were buried at Heritage Memorial Gardens, wanting them to be moved. We kept investigating, and the Mobile County Sheriff's Office launched a criminal investigation into the operations of the cemetery used by Joseph Bonner and Cedric McMillan. In May, deputies raided Bonner's church, New Ship Ministries. Investigators say they smelled a foul odor and found what they called reused coffins. That raised questions about who was actually buried at the cemetery. Earlier this month, investigators used a ground-penetrating radar to determine if there was, in fact, anything underground. Last week, we noticed a foul odor seeping from a grave at the cemetery. Sheriff's investigators said it was the smell of human remains. Today, all that evidence pushed investigators to unearth graves, and what they found led immediately to Joseph Bonner's arrest.
Sheriff investigators say this is an ongoing investigation. Greg?
Muriel, thanks. NBC 15 News broke this series of investigations months ago, and we promise to continue investigating. As we uncover more information, we will bring it to you right here on air and online.
If you have any more information about the operations of Heritage Funeral Home or the Heritage Memorial Cemetery, we want to hear from you. Our contact information is on our website by NBC15.com.